Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. A juvenile is facing charges for making terroristic threats. That leads our top story, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. Police say a report of someone carrying a gun at Shadow Ridge High this morning forced the school into a hard lockdown. The school is located in the northern edge of Las Vegas. The school district confirming the lockdown was out of abundance of caution while police investigate. Police say this was not an active shooter situation and no injuries were reported. No further details on the detained minor so far. Meanwhile, Shadow Ridge's baseball game has been postponed to Friday. And an alleged cult leader accused of sexually assaulting 2 women in Clark County appears in court this morning. Review-Journal's Renee Summerhour has the latest on the Nathan Chasing Horse proceedings.
That's right. This morning's court hearing was to discuss a motion filed by his defense team. A prosecutor says they need more time to address it. Today, his public defenders have requested evidence gathered during the investigation into Chasing Horse, including witness statements in the Nevada investigation and statements gathered by authorities in Arizona and South Dakota. Prosecutors today saying they have given the defense everything.
And just for the record, I am sitting down with the law enforcement agencies again to make sure that there's nothing else out there. We have sat down together and they have gone through my file and have everything that I have.
Chasing Horse was indicted in February and has pled not guilty to 19 felony counts, including sexual assault of a minor under 16, sexual assault, kidnapping, open and gross lewdness, and drug trafficking. Prosecutors have accused him of committing crimes across the United States and Canada while operating a cult known as the Circle. The new date to go over the discovery motion is April 3rd at 9:30 a.m.
Now to the embattled ex-Clark County official Robert Tellis, who's expected to argue in court Thursday that a judge should recuse herself from overseeing his murder case for not acting impartially. In addition, Tellis filed nearly 24 subpoenas last week to uncover details about the investigation that led to his arrest. Tellis is acting as his own lawyer while facing a murder charge in the killing of an investigative reporter who reported on his misconduct. And do you prefer mail-in voting or not? In Carson City, Governor Joe Lombardo introduced legislation Monday that would repeal universal mail-in voting and require an ID to vote and move up the deadline for completed mail ballots.
Democrats, however, are against any sort of election reform related to these kinds of things. They argue that it would restrict voter access. However, some Republicans are for it, believing that this is common sense legislation that could help improve trust in our system.
Senate Bill 405 would undo legislation signed by the former governor that expanded voting access. In business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. The Review-Journal's reporting may possibly spur change to Nevada state law. In Clark County, transfer taxes make up 0.51% of a property's purchase price. However, when comparing a house selling for $300,000 to the $4.2 billion cash sale of the Bellagio, the house generated over $1,500 in transfer taxes. But
what the Review-Journal found last year is that numerous sales, mostly on or near the Strip involving hotel casinos, malls, land, and other sites, were sold for hundreds of millions of dollars or even $1 billion or more in very complex ways that resulted in $0 in transfer tax payments being made.
None of these businesses were accused of wrongdoing, but Nevada lawmakers are now looking to close this loophole through Assembly Bill 448. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every blooming thing. After a gusty and muggy day, a cool evening in the 50s with the temps falling into the 40s overnight. The winds and rain dwindling with some clouds rolling through. On Thursday, expect some mild breezes and scattered showers with a high of 56 and low of 41 degrees, along with some clouds. On Friday, we're back to sunny skies with warmer temps. We may even hit the 70s again for your weekend before another cold front moves in for your next work week.
Sports brought to you by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app today. The Raiders have added another wide receiver to the roster after agreeing to terms with free agent DeAndre Carter. The 29-year-old joins the Silver and Black from the Los Angeles Chargers, where he had his best season statistically last year. Carter caught 46 passes for 538 yards and 3 touchdowns, in addition to posting a career-high 11.7-yard average on 29 punt returns.
In Health, sponsored by Boulder City Hospital. We're here for you when you need us. The FDA approves over-the-counter Narcan, seen as a key strategy to control the nationwide overdose crisis. The nasal spray from Emergent Biosolutions can reverse overdoses, including heroin, fentanyl, and oxycodone. The company says Narcan should be available over-the-counter by late summer. And if you suspect someone is having an overdose, medical experts say administer this nasal version of Noxolone immediately, even if the person is unconscious.
You're going to put that person on their side in the recovery position, make sure that your surroundings are safe, and then administer it by just putting it inside the nostril and giving it a squeeze. Then call 911. Narcan's effects are temporary and may only last minutes.
Sports betting brought to you by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The Major League Baseball season begins Thursday, and the Astros, Dodgers, and Yankees are each 7-1 at the Westgate Superbook to win the World Series. The Braves and Mets are 8-1, followed by the Padres at 9-1 and the Blue Jays at 10-1. The A's are 2,000-1, the highest odds of any American League team.
In Entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's, has live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. Some exciting news for fans of Elvis Costello and the Imposters. Review Journal's John Katsamidas reports on their big comeback.
Elvis is playing Las Vegas. Of course, we mean Elvis Costello and the Imposters, performing at Pearl Concert Theater on June 17th. This is Costello's first performance in Las Vegas since July of 2019 when he co-headlined with Blondie. He's made several appearances over the years, including opening Brooklyn Bowl with The Roots back in 2014. I was lucky enough to be at that show. Maybe Costello will perform Viva Las Vegas. One can always hope.
Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have a Roku device, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you tomorrow for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.